I'm back. I noticed on the last video that what I don't see when I'm sitting here is that you can only see so much of the table. So I've adjusted the position of A, the position of the camera, and B, the position of the boat. Now let's see if I can get the right pieces of wood to make the next. I don't know if these are too big. I think it should be this size, is it? I can't remember. Let me check the instructions. WS2 and WS2 are 1x4, which is what I think these are. One by four. So it's these ones. I'll keep this handy because two. Okay, so I've only got 3 bits. I need that. At least another one. I also realised that when I'm not talking, there's a big pregnant pauses, as they say. Quiet. So one of my viewers commented, "Oh, I got a fright at 37 minutes into that video. Think I'd fallen asleep." So yeah, my quiet and relatively slow activity at the time probably would send you to sleep, and then I put it in high speed, put some music on, and just about scared the living daylights out of me. So sorry about that. Well, what would you prefer, that I talk all the time? Because if I do, I'll tend to ramble a bit, I think. I can't exactly tell you stories of my my past experiences. Most of them involve other people, and those that don't would probably well, be things I can't talk about. So I prefer just to work away. Isn't it funny how you line them up? You line the boards up and you put the template on and everything moves. Here we go. So Right guys, I'm back. I finished off the reinforcements, as you can see here. I keep saying reinforcements, but it's reinforcements. I've put this tape on, I'm just checking it. I haven't covered up one of the scupper holes. I haven't. This is the next step. Mark the scuppers. Now, you can see I've taped over one of them here, so I'm just going to reposition this tape just very slightly. You can see that template lies right across the cannon holes. Now, one thing I've got to do is mark these lines, for which I'm going to need a sharp pencil. I'll be back in a tick. Like I said, back in a tick. So we're going to mark both sides of this. Remember way back I said there's a lot of eyeball engineering here. Well, there's just a touch more. Okay, the next bit is to mark the scuppers. I've got what we used to call, well, we used to call it a knothole, but I think I've heard it termed bradawl, whatever. It's a spike what makes a hole through a marker, and the joy of this is, of course, I will then have a hole in this template for when I turn it over to do the other side. And these are the scupper holes, which later on will be decorated on the outside. You won't see the inside, of course, except at the very top. And my grandson asked me, what's the purpose of those then? So I told him the polite version, which is like when they wash the decks. The water has to go somewhere. It can't just lie there in the ship. So it goes out through these holes and gets brushed out to sea. I didn't mention that in a battle that water is mixed with blood. So it gives away. Quite often you see on these old ships some staining around the outlets. And that staining is of course caused by blood. Now then, the next one, number 3, we have to cut a little piece out here. So bear with me a second, I'll cut that out. This template can actually be taken off now before I do that. So very carefully with this tape. We'll save it for later, for the other side. So this paper template really gets a good workout, doesn't it, on these ships. As you can see, I didn't, little fly came in. I didn't cut mine up to take these reinforcement templates out. I made photocopies earlier to show the way back at the beginning, and that's what I use to make the holes. So let's cut this little slot out. We shouldn't take 2 sticks. That's if I can find my sharp knife, which is buried under everything. I hope that from your little new vantage point up there, you can see what's going on. It should be a bit better than the sideways view that we've been having. So, And now we have the slot cut. Now, line up those with gunports and the marks on the hull. Oh yes, we have an alignment. I don't have to do a Houston, we have a problem. So. Okay, now we'll repeat purpose. Jumped up, but there aren't any at the back here. So that one. I think I counted there's something like 19 holes to be made altogether. But these are just getting the guide points for them, so. Well, adds to the fun. Another thing my grandson asked me yesterday, had I been working on my ship? And I said yes. So he said, would you say it's about half done? I said to him, it's nowhere near half. It's not even, probably not even a third done. Pointed out that there's, I think, 21 pictorial instruction sheets, and we're on number 3. So I'm just going to mark this a little dark mark like that, because I don't want a huge mark. So let's make sure these are all lined up. Don't know how many of these we have to mark. Guess all of them. This is, I don't know if this gets painted or cut out later, but I'm going to mark it anyway. So many lines for so many different things. Okay, on to the next one. I'll probably put you now on fast speed with a little bit of music for one of my commenters. Look out, kid, the music's about to start. Right guys, I got both sides marked up. I looked at my templates to see on the reverse side, the reverse side of the paper, which is the starboard side of the ship, I couldn't remember if I'd marked the outside or the inside of the where the position is. In this case, I'll say the outside or the inside. In this case, it's at the front, and this piece here has to fit in there, and it goes in right there, and it's a very tight fit, as you can see. There's the, if I can point it out to you somehow. There's the scupper hole right there. So you can see how tight it is, especially there's a cannon port right there. Now, that's where it's going to go. I'll just check it for square against the ribbon strakes, and there we are. It's perfectly straight, and that's where it will go. So a little bit of glue, that one's in. I think in this case I'll put the glue on there. Now I've got to see if I can keep you in focus of what I'm doing. I've cut the two 126s and two 127s. I'm going to do exactly what I did for all the other gunport frames. I'll get some magnifier so I can see what I'm doing. Because I don't want to make a mess of it. There.
this which way around it goes. Long side and short side. We'll see how it fits against these. Here, if I put it. Now I have to watch where I stand. Now I see it. There will be a bit of this. You can see that maybe tap at the top. That's what's going to be. Maybe the actual size of the port of that is going to have to fit in. It's quite a different spot, you can see there. Maybe that is going to be. Quite amazing. These two could get this one, because they're going to go right there. My pencil marks are only rough guidelines, because when I do each one, I cut them so the frame fits in it. I don't just go ahead and cut a hole. I'm not going to wrap one side up today, I'll do the other side tomorrow. I'll wrap the side up and I'll start cutting them. We'll see how we get on. But I'll come back to you when I've got into that. I'll put that little frame down somewhere safe. Okay, I'll catch up yet.
Okay guys, I've gone ahead and cut the first three. Cut that one a little bit oversized so I had to put a fillet in. But it fits nicely. It's a tight fit in all of these. So that's what I want. I'm going to call it a day for today. Carry on with these tomorrow. I've only got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Another 14 to do on here and 17 on the other side. And then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, see you in the morning. And just like that guys, I'm back. Let's put some light on the subject so you can see what's going on. I realised that if I put my very bright lights on, the what I call blooming, this kind of vibration of the picture, is caused by having too much light and it's bouncing back off the wood. You can see how tight that is in there. That's how I like these Canon portholes. They can always be filed a little bit bigger later, but I think if they're tight, that's how they should be. Okay, I'm not going to film cutting the holes. I'm just going to carry on and cut them, and I'll catch up to you when I've done for the day. Right guys, that's it for today. You can see I've got the whole top row on the port side of Canon portholes. I think I might have misaligned that one a little bit. I'll just move it up a little bit. you won't see it. You won't notice it. No, you don't notice it from a distance. I don't know what those little holes are. If anybody knows, put it in the comments. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like what you see, click like. If you want to follow along on my adventure, and this is an adventure, I can assure you, consider subscribing. When you subscribe, you'll see a little bell icon will come up next to the subscribe, and if you click on that, you'll be notified when all new videos are uploaded, which in my case are Mondays and Thursday evenings. So that's it for this one. Tomorrow I shall carry on and do the starboard side from the outside, and then we'll see where we go from there. See you tomorrow.